Book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Shout, my bro. You don't have to shout.
We do.
Shut up.
You can hear, man.
You don't have to.
This is the book of John chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come here.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that says I know him and keep it not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's wrong that you're standing there shouting. There can be kids coming past in prime sleeping. No, I've seen, I've heard.
Hey,
A
brother.
lot of people have seen and heard everything that you're saying.
Brother.
We all have our own opinion. You to be standing there shouting. It's wrong.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud! Cry aloud! Cry aloud! Cry aloud! Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
We're following the commandment.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud! Fear not! Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
See? Why you think, sir? That, but did you read the scriptures? Did you read the scriptures?
Psalms 2.
You must be an Edomite, man.
Psalms 2 and 1. The book of Psalms. Why do the heathen rage?
Read, man, read.
The Psalms 2 verse 1. Why do the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing.
Said, why do the heathen rage? And they imagine that he can phone the police and get her off the road. Right?
God will tell us to do.
But we know him look like a Edomite. Or he's part of the congregation of the dead.
Right.
Because it's a commandment that we're supposed to cry out loud.
Right.
The Lord said, lift up with light voice like a trumpet. Trumpet ain't a quiet instrument.
Look at all the traffic.
It's a loud instrument. If a man was tooting, he wouldn't run down the car and tell a man, stop, beat your heart.
That's right.
But because he see men of the Lord up here doing the work of the Father, him jealous. He's walking doing his will because he knows he's in the congregation of the dead. He's going to be part of the people them that's going to remember those men out on the street. I should have talked to them decently.
He's one of the man at the house where the woman said, lower your voice in like.
Yeah, man. Not a whisper.
Yes,
Not a whisper, man. He's in the kitchen washing panty in the sink, man.
You know what? You can help. I'm
Right.
I said if it's good, I believe it.
Okay, well, the Lord is good. You believe in the Lord. All right, cool. All right, brother.
No, my dad was a bit extreme there, bro. You know what I mean? Fucking just get the knife out of me and start saying that. You know what I mean? I thought I'd hear some nice things, I'm going to do that.
What we're out here for is the children of Israel. Have you heard of the Israelites?
Yeah, good.
Right. And so we're telling the Israelites that they're going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And follow what the Lord says. For the Lord gave, how much commandments do you think there is?
Thousands.
Well, hundreds. But people normally think it's 10 of them. But it's more than that. There's thousands of laws in this place. That two men can marry. That don't say that in the scriptures. So that's what we're doing. We're following the laws of the scriptures and not the law of men.
I was reading a little bit about Ezekiel the other day.
Right?
You know, there's different things involved in it. I look at a few different things.
And what did you get? What one was you reading in Ezekiel?
Just the chapters from I got a Bible first time about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
25, 40.
And I was just reading a bits and bobs about different things, you know, and I've been looking at different things, you know. I'm open, like I just said to the man, I'm open to, if it's right and it sounds good and it feels good, then it's right. isn't it?
So what do you think about slavery?
No.
Huh? Do you know that it's in the Bible?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Do you know that? So what did you think how slavery went? Do you think that some people just decided to go and grab some people and put them in servitude?
But you know what? Back in the day, even from the ancient Egyptians, right?
Ezekiel.
They was getting the Hittites,
Right.
and they was bringing them purely, capturing them, invading their territories, and then just bringing them purely for slavery.
Right. So do you know who the slaves were in that time as well?
Of what area?
In
Where
Pharaoh, in Egypt.
the Hittites was?
No.
What?
The Israelites.
Oh, the Israelites.
Right. The Hittite was part of the people that was oppressing them.
Right, okay.
Right. So in Egypt, the Israelites were in there as well.
Okay.
So we went into a lot of captivity because we didn't follow the commandments of the Father.
Right.
Right? So do you believe that God loves everybody?
I hope so, but some people get treated different to others.
Right. So what people get treated different?
I'm just saying general, throughout
All
the
right.
world, general.
All right. Well, you said you hope so, but you know that the Bible don't say that.
Okay.
Right? And that's why you see when people read the Bible, they don't get the full understanding, but sometimes it's plain upon table in front of your eyes. Let me Deuteronomy 7 and 6, because if you read even in Ezekiel, or have you read Deuteronomy?
Alright, I said I've got a Bible literally a few weeks ago.
Well, if you know about Moses, isn't it?
Yeah?
Right. So you remember what happened at the Red Sea?
Yeah, burning bush and then they travelled across the sea.
Right. So what people travel across the sea? Right. So where those people that travel across the sea, they are ancestors.
But they was condemned though, weren't they? They was being hunted for long time.
Right. Because they was under oppression
Yeah.
by the Egyptians.
Yeah.
So, but we was under oppression because we didn't follow what the Lord told us to do. So we used the other nation to punish us. The God ain't going to come down off his throne and beat himself to use his people. So even with the uproar that you see in Ukraine and Russia, it's of the Lord's doing. It's not, people might think, oh, it's two countries fighting against each other, but Ukraine and Russia, they're the same people. Because the Lord made 18 nations of people, and every one of them is in the Bible. So the Lord didn't make more nations, only 18, but people have called themselves Russian, Ukrainian, Eastern European.
Like Ireland and England, isn't it?
Right, Ireland and England, but they're all the same people. Right? Those people are called Edomites. So we are Israelites, and the so-called white man, because we call them so-called because you're not really white, you're not the colour of your t-shirt, and we're not really black, we're not the colour of these trousers. You get me? It's just terms been put upon us. So that's how we're breaking down the true wording of the scriptures, because people think that the Lord loves everybody, but just think of this. I'm just saying, has anybody been punished for putting so-called black men, as I said, we're not black, into slavery? Has anybody been punished for doing that? Right. So, but people, when we mention it, say, oh, it's a long time ago, forget about it. But if someone stole your children, wouldn't you want some kind of justice? And, you know, fed them to alligators, made crocodile shoes out of your children.
Mad, because I watched the thing this morning, and it was about the first black platoon fighting World War I. And they've got a statue there for this man, Anthony Johnson, you know. But he wasn't recognised as a man.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Why
He
do you
wasn't
think that
recognised
was?
as a
Why
man.
do you think that it was? Because of
Sorry?
why do you think that was?
Because of the colour of his skin and the ignorance of other people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So of all the things, because
And you know what? He was more decorated than most of the white soldiers throughout the war.
And I can tell you.
And the thing was, he had to move his family from the south because they was under oppression and move them into Chicago, blah 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 blah, because it was a better way of life for them. But they were still oppressed from there to there anyway.
Right,
You know
but he saved them out in their war. But I can more or less guarantee his bloodline goes back to an Israelite. Because it's not a skin color thing, it's a bloodline. Because we can have people that's an Israelite that is whiter than you. So-called white, if you're not white, you get me? And he's an Israelite. Because it goes by the seed of your father. So if I was to lie down with a white lady, my seed could come out looking like her. But I'm an Israelite, so that makes my son an Israelite. So it's nothing to do with a racism, skin color thing. It's to do with bloodline. Same with the royalty that's here. The royals that's here, they work off a bloodline. Right. So why can't we trace our bloodline? And we can, because this is all our bloodline is in here. Because do you know that all the prophets in the Bible were so-called black men? You know that? Right. And
was Jesus a black man?
yeah, no, he tells you in the Bible. Right, I'm going to read it. Revelations 1 and 14. And this is what we're here to do, to wake up the children of Israel so that they can be back in the position where the Lord made them. It's not, as I said, it's not a color thing. Because that's what, when we tell people, they go, you're racist. It's not racism. It's bloodline. And everybody can trace their bloodline. And that's what we're doing, tracing our bloodline. And we found out our bloodline leads to the scriptures. Read Revelation. This is the description
Revelation.
of who they call Jesus Christ.
Chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
You know who the Son of Man is? So-called Jesus. His name's not Jesus. His name is Yahawashi, because there's no J in the Hebrew. And that's why we're called Hebrew Israelites, because Hebrew is our language and Israelite is our nationality.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So the so-called Jesus Christ had a garment closed down to the foot. So if he had on a garment, he must have a body in it.
And a girth about the paps
So
with a golden girdle.
So he had a big gold championship belt on, like gold belt.
His head and his ears were white like wool.
So his hairs, his beard, and his head on his ears were white like wool. What people got woolly hair? That's a question. What?
I know what you're saying.
Right.
I know what you're saying.
Read on.
As white as snow,
Right.
and his eyes were as flame of fire.
When so-called black people drink, what do their eyes turn? Right.
Drink, have you heard of hurricane?
Yeah, our eyes go red, but it's with wine. Because Christ, what was his first miracle?
First miracle.
What was the first miracle he done?
Come back.
He changed water into wine. Because that's why his eyes was red. Can you get me that? Red with wine.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet was like on the fine grass. What color is grass? Read on.
As if they burnt in a furnace.
So if you burn anything in a furnace, what color is it going to be? No, when it cools down.
When it cools down.
No.
What do you mean?
If you burn even toast in a furnace.
Black.
So that's what the description of Jesus, so-called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahawashi. Let me Job 30 and 30. This is,
Brother, you know what you do? With a pleasure. You know that? And you know what? I like hearing this stuff. Thank you.
and when you read, you will
Darling.
see, you've got to visualize the people in the, in the
brother.
thing.
Yeah, listen, it's, you know what? There's so much stuff that goes on now. That
And you know
that-
what?
But no one is getting educated.
And you know that
They're
you're
not.
one of
They're
the coolest white men, because they will hear this and they're upset.
No.
It's just the truth.
No. My dad told me this a long time ago. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to get jerk pork and rice and peas with my dad. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going now. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, respect.
All right.
You gotta make these things up, man. So we have to call it a boy. I'm a man, you're a boy. You see? We have to deal with them like him know. Same father tell him long time. So it's not like they don't know. When we was reading it to him, it bring him back to childhood memory. My dad told me that. That's why the little children dreams that they saw black people on a chariot.
Right.
Because they naturally know that we are the people of the book, man.
Right.
And as I said, it's not no hating. It's following the laws. We got a bloodline just like everybody else, and they're proud of it. So why can't we be proud? That's why the Lord said, my people would never be ashamed, man.
Right.
We're not ashamed of our bloodline. Our bloodline is richer than anybody's bloodline, man. We go back to Moses, Noah, all the prophets, Yahawashi, the greatest man that ever walked the earth, man.
That's right.
That's our bloodline, man.
God.
Why wouldn't we be proud of that?
That's right.
Why wouldn't we exalt our bloodline? Like the father said. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
See the Lord said, although him nice there, sir. Lord said not trust him, man. We have to just make him know we are the people of the book.
Right.
We have to be proud of our heritage.
Right.
Can't run away from our heritage that the Lord gave unto us. But when we lost the way and we start follow after the people them, that's what the man say, I'm gonna eat jerk pork. Right. But I'm saying, if I eat jerk thing, or when them know about jerk pork, jerk anything. It's our thing. That's what I'm saying. We're special that people want to follow our thing. We can eat jerk lamb.
Right.
We can eat jerk chicken.
Right.
But them eat the pork.
That's right, Doc.
Because that's what they do. That's why the Lord said don't follow the heathen. Because that's what the things they do. They eat all the nasty and abominable things that the Lord said we mustn't eat.
That's right.
But we have to, at the same time, when them come and ask questions, we have to give them answer, whether it's good or bad. That's why I have to say to him, one time when we explain to Esau their faith and what's going on in the Bible, them upset. And he's probably one of those men where we just read, never trust them, because he's going to go away and say them niggas teaching foolishness. But he was humble at the same time. Because him same father tell him, so it's something where if him love him father, him I gonna listen to him father teach him. And his father teach him that the children of Israel were black people, man. So-called black people.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness, man. His wickedness would always be under the surface. His wickedness would always be looking to overthrow you. Though he comes smooth with his lips, man. Get me that. Psalms 55 and 21. He will come smooth and nice and speak sweetly with him lips. God said, don't trust him. He's the one that's going to want to overthrow you and turn up in your spot, man.
Though he humble himself and go crouching,
Right?
yet take good heed and beware of him.
See? You have to be aware of these people. You have to work with them sometime. You can't tell them everything. You have to be aware of them. When you tell them your business, them carry go and go tell the boss. Y'all get little perks and him not like it. You tell the boss, and boss sack you. And then give him your position. Because he overthrew you and stand up in your spot. Because you mustn't trust him. for telling your business.
Right.
That's how it works. If you follow the instructions of the Heavenly Father, you will know how to navigate yourself in this life. Know how to navigate yourself around the other people, man. Read on.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass,
Right?
and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
His wickedness has not altogether been wiped away, man. So you have to take heed, the Lord said.
That's right.
Work with them and take away yourself, man.
Right, sir. Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of mouth were smoother than butter, but what's in his heart,
See?
his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
You see? He will look to overthrow you, man.
That's
He will
right.
tell you that he's your friend. Tell you so that you can go and tell him your business. And then him tell your boss, because you all get the perks and him not. Tell your boss, you get sacked and him get promoted. Right. Can stand up in your spot because he's overthrown you. And tell lie. Probably tell the boss things where you never say. Right. This is their customs of these people. So if we read scriptures, we become wise
That's right.
and navigate through life with understanding and know how to operate around these people.
Right.
Same way you go to IKEA and you build up a table, you find the instruction book and you build it how it tell you to build it.
That's right.
We have to build ourselves on how the Lord tell us how to build.
Right.
We build with our one another.
Right.
We gather together and show each other love. Like our brother just show we love. Sister the day hot and our brothers are over there every week. Week in, week out. See them out there, turn up on them foot. The time hot, we go bring them some water.
Right.
That's how we show each other love amongst each other. Instead of we are fight and see each other as enemy. We're not the enemy, man. We're brothers in this truth. And we're supposed to give our knowledge that the Lord gave unto us to our people. We're not supposed to keep it to ourselves. And freely give it to our people, man. Not supposed to be in the church charging money and getting rich off of the word.
Italian.
And it's basically robbing the Lord.
Right.
We're supposed to work together on one accord, praising the Lord in righteousness, walking after the ordinances of the Lord, man.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee,
What?
set him not by thee,
The Lord said, I'll set him by you. Or what?
lest when he have overthrown thee,
What?
lest when he have overthrown thee,
Right?
he stand up in thy place.
Let me just say, when him overthrow you, him turn up in your job, him get promoted after you, when he can overthrow you. Right. And take away your goods, take away your land, take away your name, take away your custom, take away your woman, take away your children.
That's right.
He looked to overthrow us. And now they're calling themselves children of Israel. But them call them are Israeli. We are children of Israel.
That's right.
We are a people before a landman.
That's right.
And this is what them use to fool up the people. Them. But the Lord has told us and identified them in the scriptures.
That's right.
So we read and know. That's why we say this is our instruction book, how to build, how
Right.
to live life in this world and come out on the right side if you follow the Lord. Try and see the promises that he promised to the children of Israel and to our forefathers.
Neither let,
Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. Neither what?
neither let them sit at thy right hand,
Right?
lest he seek to take thy seat.
Right, you see? That's what they want to do.
Right.
Want to take our seat, our throne. Because we're supposed to be ruling the place.
That's right.
But he want to take a seat. But the Lord gave it. He never take it. That's the wickedest thing. Same when they come and grab us in slavery. The Lord never put the spirit of docile docile people, them couldn't trouble with. But the Lord said we're stronger than them.
That's right.
Them have to put the spirit on us to be weak out, man. But he said he's going to put back the spirit of strong. Remember, one I got 3 is 100.
Right.
So I'm going to put back the strong, and he said there won't be none of us feeble. Because same like when we was leaving Egypt, no feeble man weren't in there. All of us made it across the Red Sea, even the invalids made it across. There wasn't one feeble man because we said we was going to listen to the Father.
This is Joshua chapter 23 and verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000.
What?
One man of you shall chase 1,000.
They get it wrong. Him said one shall chase 1,000. I was being light on the people. Read.
For the Lord your Yahweh, he it is that fighteth for you, as he has promised you.
As he had promised us. The Lord, remember I told you, we ain't got our military might, we ain't got our own money. Our military might is a Father, man.
That's right.
He said he will fight for us. And our military might is the wind, the fire, the storm, the water. That's our military might.
That's right.
Who can stop the water when it comes? What you going to do? Blow up the water? Who can stop the fire?
God.
When the fire burning, the wind just blow it a different way and dodge that. That's how the Lord works. The Lord can bring rain and flood out everything. You know, see him destroy the earth with water. So who can fight against the Lord, man? Bring a precept.
This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 8. And 7. Leviticus 26 and verse 7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
They shall fall before us by the sword.
That's right.
You know what this is about? Have you heard of the Israelites? You haven't heard of the Israelites? We're the people of the book.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard that. Are they Christian, right?
No,
No?
no.
People of the book.
We're Christians. We were called Christian first,
Okay.
but we're not religious.
Oh, okay.
We follow laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
So we're not a religious sect. We just keep the way covenant keepers. Right? So what's your religion? Islam. Right? Did you know that your people and the Israelites are enslaved in the sub-Saharan silk trade? Slave trade. Yeah. Because that's how comes we become Muslims. Because your forefathers had us in captivity. Same as we was in captivity in Egypt under Pharaoh. So our forefathers are those people. And that's why we're out here calling the Israelites.
That's right.
Great, that's great. Good to know that.
Alright. See, all Ishmael man, all people walk by and don't want. All them see black man out here in the order and inquisitive. What the hell they doing out there? Shouting at the top of their voice. We don't do that because they whisper. Because they like to keep secrets, man. But the Lord said, cry out loud and make the people them hear you. We're not hiding around no corner, man. We must be bold as lions out on the highways and byways. Right? And them have to come humble when them see we out here. Them don't come in with their foolishness. The Lord never put the spirit of fear upon the Israelites, man. We're supposed to be out here bold as lions, prophesizing to our people and to the nation to let them know that they had us in captivity and it's going to come back around when we are going to grab them. Bring a precept.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them.
Right?
For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but unto the nation of Israel.
Right?
Not to many people of a strange speech and a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
Right.
Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
You see, the Lord said, if he did choose the other nations, they would have hearkened. Look, put the camera on them, they might dress up in a them thing well, what they're supposed to. This is how women supposed to be dressing. Because if he had sent them unto them, they would have listened. Them listen to put on them dress. Our people don't listen. Right? And them gone with Muhammad, who, as my brother said, was not a prophet. But they listened to the scriptures. But he said, and he sent unto them would I hear. But we don't want to hear. We don't like to take talk. We like to have the saying in our head that we're self-made. When we're not. The Lord rules in the kingdom of man. Man's going is of the Lord. So unless everything where you have, you never make it by yourself. The Lord said, you're going to give that. And I'm going to see what you do with it. And the same way he give it to you, he can take it away.
That's right.
And that's what. There it is.
Precept.
This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1.
Right.
Woe to the rebellious children!
What?
Woe to the rebellious children, says the Lord!
We're the rebellious children that don't want to listen to the Father. That if he had sent unto them, they would have listened. But we're the rebellious children who don't want to listen. Read on.
That take counsel, but not of me.
We take counsel of the other people, man. We're going in at them church. We listen to what the pastor has to say. He's not keeping no commandments, but we're listening to him.
Right.
We're supposed to be listening to people who's keeping commandments.
Right.
Gathering together with the same like-minded people. Not mixing up with the drugs of the earth.
And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit.
But cover with a covering, but not of the Lord's spirit.
That's right.
We're covering with the devil's spirit, man.
That they may add sin to sin.
Right. That they may add sin to sin. Keep it rolling. That's it on that. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time
Right.
to recover the remnant of his people.
Right. We're the remnant, Lord willing, of his people. Read.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt
Right.
and from Paphros
Right.
and from Cush
Right.
and from Elam
Right.
and from Shinar
Right.
and from Hamath.
Right.
And-
Everywhere where the Lord has scattered us.
That's right.
There's going to be a remnant that he shall save. And that's why we had to go to all nations and teach the people. Not that Paul went to all nations so that he can save them. We were scattered among those nations. So you must forget it.
That's right.
You must go and find the lost sheep.
That's right.
People who was following the customs of the other people. And you
right.
have to look at it. That's how much he loved the children of Israel.
God.
But although he scattered us, he went to save us same way
Right.
in those places. Because his love has never left us.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Read on.
And from the islands of the sea, and he shall set up an ensign of the nations,
Right?
and shall assemble the outcast of Israel.
And assemble the outcasts of Israel. Those people that wasn't keeping the laws. Those people that was following the heathen. Those was the outcasts. People who never even know they're Israelites.
That's right.
Those are the outcasts.
Right.
Read on.
And gather together the dispersed
Right?
of Judah
Right?
from the four corners of the earth.
From where?
From the four corners of the earth.
So we're everywhere, man. Find we in China, find us in Russia, find us in Japan. There's no place you can go and you can't find us. That's why you have to go to all nations to gather the remnant that is scattered in the four corners of the earth.
Anytime we talk, we bring the precept up. This is the book of James, chapter 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Mashiach, Yahawashi Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
What?
Which are scattered abroad.
We're scattered everywhere. It said to the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
So we're scattered. So that's why Paul had to go everywhere. That's why we're waking up the children of Israel. You can find a camp everywhere, man.
That's right.
And we're waking up the people that is scattered and dispersed. The broken-hearted.
That's right.
Bind up their wounds and tell them there's hope.
That's right.
Read on.
For Isaiah 11 and 13.
Right?
And the envy also of Ephraim shall
Right.
depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
And you see, we won't be vexing each other. We're going to gather ourselves back together.
Right.
Love one another as the Lord had commanded us. So we
That's
love each other as we love ourselves, man. Raise up our children to do so. So they little children ain't going to be warring against each other. No more black and black crime, man. So forward black and black crime. Curses will be taken off of us and put on the other nations.
It's our heritage, the children of Israel. Ecclesiastics 5 and 7. Make no terror to turn to the Lord. Terror to turn unto the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For
Suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Right. So we can't take time with this thing. The Lord said, make no tarry. You have to make haste and turn to the Lord. So that in the day of destruction, you can be saved.
That's right.
And it's coming close, knocking at the door, man. Just in Europe, Greece is in Europe, you know. Floods washing out the people. Scotland just a big accident. Birmingham, thing broke down. Right? Morocco had an earthquake last night. 300 and odd people dead already. The Lord is visiting the earth, man. People have to wake up and realize what's going on.
Right.
That's why he said, make no tarry to turn to the Lord, man. And don't put off from day to day. Don't say I'm going to do it next week. Next week might be too late.
That's right.
The Lord can bring destruction upon you tonight.
Right.
I hope that the children of Israel who's been listening has got edified, listening to the scriptures that have been read and taking them in and realize that the Father is for you if you keep the commandments, laws and statutes that he has commanded us. And with that, I'm going to close out and I'm going to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Emmanuel, Shalom, Kom Yasharala, Kom Yasharala.